Hey everyone, Henry Charles here with US News 24. If you're holding two passports right now, stop what you're doing, because October 2025 is about to change everything. We're talking about seismic shifts to US dual citizenship policy that will reshape your rights, your taxes, and how the government views your loyalty. And this isn't speculation, this is happening. If you're one of the millions of Americans living abroad or maintaining ties to your home country, this video is non-negotiable. Stick with me until the end because missing this could cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Let me cut straight to the point. For decades, America has had this weird relationship with dual citizenship. On paper, the US wants exclusive loyalty. You take that naturalization oath and swear allegiance only to America. But in reality, the government basically ignored it. People kept their foreign passports, ran businesses overseas, maintained multiple lives across continents, and faced zero consequences. That era ends in October 2025. The government is implementing comprehensive new rules that will affect everything from your tax filings, to your passport renewals, to your career opportunities. And if you think this doesn't apply to you because you were born with dual citizenship, or you're just thinking about it, think again. This impacts everyone. So why is the government doing this now? Three main reasons. First, national security. The government wants absolute clarity on where your loyalties lie, especially if you work in sensitive positions or access classified information. Second, tax compliance. The U.S. taxes citizens based on citizenship, not where you live. So if you're in Tokyo or Dubai or London, you're still filing with the IRS. The government believes dual citizens have been hiding income and exploiting loopholes. And third, they want international transparency. They're cracking down on money laundering, terrorist financing, and anything that looks like dual citizens are circumventing laws. Now let's talk about what actually changes starting in October. First up, taxes and financial reporting. If you thought FATCA was strict, get ready. The IRS is massively expanding what you have to report. It's not just bank accounts anymore. We're talking stocks, bonds, mutual funds, retirement accounts, everything you own abroad. Real estate? You need to report it all. Property values, rental income, mortgages, everything. Got a foreign business? Expect comprehensive reporting on companies you own, partially own, or control. The thresholds that trigger reporting? They're being lowered. So more people get caught in the net. But here's where it gets serious. The penalties for not reporting are skyrocketing. If you mess up, the IRS used to have flexibility. They could work with you, especially if you made a good faith effort. That's over. Under the new system, the IRS has almost no discretion. Missing information equals automatic penalties. Technical violations trigger massive fines. And the burden of proof flips. You have to prove your mistake was unintentional. And here's the kicker. Banks worldwide are already reporting American account holders directly to the IRS. That means the IRS often knows about your foreign accounts before you even report them. Any discrepancy between what you disclose and what they already know? That's an immediate red flag. The days of hoping they won't find out about that bank account back home, those days are done. Next, your passport. The State Department is implementing enhanced verification for dual citizens. Currently, passport renewals are pretty straightforward. Not anymore. Dual citizens will need extensive documentation proving your ties to America. We're talking multiple years of tax returns, proof of U.S. residence like property ownership, utility bills, lease agreements, employment records, evidence you maintain economic ties to the U.S. And if your second citizenship is from a country the U.S. government considers high risk, if there's tension between the U.S. and that country, or limited diplomatic ties, expect serious additional scrutiny. You might need extensive documentation proving your genuine connection to America and that your primary allegiance is still here. The application process will take longer too. Where a normal renewal takes weeks, dual citizens should plan for several months. If your passport is expiring and you need to travel, you cannot wait until the last minute. Plan now. Budget months of processing time. Now let's talk about the oath of allegiance. This is where it gets real. For people who become U.S. citizens through naturalization, the revised oath places even stronger emphasis on exclusive loyalty to the United States. And here's what this actually means. You don't have to physically surrender your other citizenship or formally renounce it in your home country. But legally, the U.S. now has stronger grounds to expect that your primary allegiance, your ultimate loyalty, belongs to America. If conflicts arise between U.S. interests and your other country's interests, you're expected to prioritize America. If your actions actively support a foreign government in opposition to U.S. policy or security interests, the government can formally review your citizenship. We're talking potential denaturalization proceedings. In extreme cases, could theoretically revoke your citizenship if they believe you've violated the core principles of allegiance. This doesn't mean you can't visit your country of origin or maintain cultural connections. What it means is there are now clear red lines. Working for a foreign intelligence service, taking a government position that opposes U.S. interests, or engaging in activities that support foreign interests against America, that's when you're in dangerous territory. If you were born with dual citizenship, these oath changes don't apply the same way, since you never took that oath. But you're not off the hook. The new regulations introduce stricter background checks for dual citizens seeking sensitive positions. Applying for federal work, especially in national security, defense, intelligence, law enforcement, or diplomacy, expect much more rigorous vetting. Investigators will look at everything. How much time do you spend in your other country? How much money do you have there? What business interests do you maintain? Who are your family members? Do they work for that government or military? Your communication patterns, your social connections, all of it gets examined. Being a dual citizen won't automatically disqualify you, but it adds major complexity. You need to be completely transparent about foreign connections, answer detailed questions about loyalty, and possibly accept restrictions on your activities or travel as conditions of employment. The Pentagon is taking this even more seriously with military service. Dual citizens have served honorably for years, but the Department of Defense is re-examining its policies. New rules being implemented may restrict where dual citizens can deploy, particularly if your other nationality is from an adversarial country. Imagine you're a dual U.S.-Iranian citizen in the military. Under these new policies, you might be restricted from Middle East deployments or positions involving classified intel about Iran. Or you're a dual U.S.-Russian citizen and you can't deploy to Europe or serve in NATO operations. This isn't about questioning patriotism, it's about security concerns, the risk of coercion if family is in your other country, and complications if you're captured or detained in a region tied to your other nationality. For military service members with dual citizenship, this could close off entire career paths. Special operations, intelligence work, sensitive geographic assignments, those might be off limits. If you're considering military service and you hold dual citizenship, you need to carefully evaluate this before you commit. Now let's talk about politics and public office. Here's the good news. Dual citizens keep the right to vote. That's not changing. You can vote in federal, state, and local elections, period. But there's growing debate at the state level about whether dual citizens should hold certain public offices or advisory positions. Some states are exploring legislative proposals restricting dual citizens from roles involving security clearances, classified information access, or significant policymaking on national security and foreign relations. These aren't federal rules yet. Whether state-level restrictions would survive legal challenges is unclear. There are serious constitutional questions about whether states can impose extra citizenship requirements. But the fact that these conversations are happening shows the political climate is shifting around dual citizenship. At the federal level, no outright bans yet, but dual citizens seeking appointments to certain positions face more intensive vetting, more detailed questions during confirmation hearings, and potentially more public debate about their suitability for foreign policy, intelligence oversight, or national security roles. So what do you actually do about all this? Here's your action plan. Step 1. Stay informed through official channels. You cannot rely on social media posts or friend advice. Go directly to the sources. Check the State Department website for passport and citizenship matters. Hit the USCIS website for immigration questions, the IRS website for international taxpayer information and FATCA requirements. Sign up for email alerts. Follow their official accounts. Many agencies offer newsletters for Americans abroad. Make it a monthly habit to check these sources. Never get caught off guard by new deadlines or requirements. Step 2. Get professional help. This is non-negotiable. If you have dual citizenship or you're thinking about acquiring it, find an immigration attorney who specializes in citizenship and dual nationality issues. Make sure they're licensed and in good standing with their state bar. Check credentials, read reviews, get recommendations. On the tax side, find a specialist in international taxation. Get a certified public accountant with international expertise or an enrolled agent authorized to practice before the IRS. Even better if they understand both U.S. and your other country's tax systems. These professionals help you navigate two complex tax systems, identify problems before they explode, and structure your finances legally while minimizing your overall tax burden. Yes, they cost money. Good immigration attorneys and international tax specialists aren't cheap. But think of it as insurance. The cost of proper advice is a fraction of what you'd pay in penalties, legal fees, or lost opportunities if you handle this wrong yourself. One tax reporting error could mean penalties that exceed years of professional guidance. Step 3. Organize your documentation. This is tedious, but critical. Create a secure file, physical or digital, with all your important documents. Your U.S. passport, current and expired. Your foreign passport, current and all previous ones. Official certified birth certificate. Naturalization certificate if applicable. Any citizenship certificates or consular reports. On taxes, keep all returns for at least 7 years. That's longer than the IRS typically goes back, but gives you a safety margin. Document every foreign account, bank statements, investment statements, year-end summaries. Save everything on foreign real estate, purchase documents, mortgages, rental income, property taxes. 4. Foreign businesses. Keep incorporation papers, ownership agreements, financial statements. Also maintain documentation of your U.S. ties. That's evidence of U.S. property ownership, lease agreements, utility bills showing U.S. residence, employment records from U.S. employers, U.S. bank accounts, professional licenses held in America, anything proving your ongoing American connection. Step 4. If you're considering acquiring dual citizenship, take time to really evaluate it. Dual citizenship has serious benefits. Enhanced travel freedom. Many second passports get visa-free access to countries that are difficult for Americans. Deeper cultural connections when you hold formal citizenship. Expanded business opportunities, as citizenship often provides property ownership and business rights without restrictions. Access to education systems, particularly in countries with low cost or free university education for citizens. Healthcare access through national systems that might be unavailable to foreigners. But these benefits come with increased responsibilities that are about to get much more demanding. You'll face tax obligations in potentially 2 countries, creating complexity and costs. Stricter reporting requirements to the U.S. government about your foreign activities, assets, and connections. Possible limitations on career options, especially in government service or sensitive private sectors. Practical complications with passport renewals, security clearances, and travel to certain countries. Before you acquire a second citizenship, really think through whether the benefits outweigh the increased burdens in your specific situation. For some people, the advantages clearly justify the complexity. For others with simpler lives and no pressing need for a second passport, maintaining single citizenship might make more sense. That's it. That's what's coming in October 2025. That's what you need to do right now. Don't wait. Don't guess. Don't rely on friends who think they know immigration law. Get professional help, organize your documents, and stay informed. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss critical updates like this. Share this with anyone you know who holds dual citizenship or is considering it. They need to see this. Thanks for watching. I'm Henry Charles with US News 24, and I'll see you in the next one.